Cool.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Adobe Live. Thank you all so much for joining us today. My name is Cody, and I will be your host for the next hour. Today, we are joined by the amazing digital entrepreneur and educator, Juan Galán. How are you doing today, Juan?
I'm great, Cody. I'm super excited to be here. A little bit nervous as well because this is my first time streaming with Adobe. But I know it's going to be
Oh,
great.
everyone give claps in the chat for Juan because this is his first stream. We know he's going to do amazing. But before I hand it over to Juan, I wanted to say hey to everyone in chat. Carol, Jack, hello. Welcome, everyone. Hey, Val, as well. Sean, good to see you guys. Emily, hi. All right, you guys, I am going to hand it over to Juan to kind of give an intro to who he is and the kind of work that he does.
All right, thank you so much. Well, hi everyone. I'm so happy that you're here today. My name is Juan. I am a content creator, a digital nomad, digital entrepreneur, and I help people with their marketing, like teaching how to use AI more specifically for their marketing and content strategies. I've been doing content creation for about, oh, it's been a while, like also 10 years, but I didn't really start my business until 2021. And it's been quite a ride. But yeah, I love it. I started using AI 2 years, 2.5 years ago, and now it's the main part of my business. I run an academy called the AI Creator Academy, where I have different digital products like ebooks, mini courses, guides, and I use Adobe Express to create some of these, like the ebooks and digital products, which is exactly what we're going to be doing today.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, don't forget to follow Juan over on Instagram if you guys want to check out some of his work as well. Yeah, we can pop on over to Express, or if you want to show off your Instagram, feel free to do so as
Yes,
well.
sure. Let's start with my Instagram. I have it here prepared. So I'll just make this a little bit bigger. So yeah, basically this is it. I help entrepreneurs with AI strategies to help them grow and monetize their brands. And I share ChatGPT tips and AI tools, including a lot of things inside of Adobe Express for busy entrepreneurs. So this is my feed. I share a lot of like personal content, but also strategies, tips, carousels. It's been doing really, really well, actually. I've actually grown this account only with AI. So this is one of like my taglines. I help people grow their Instagrams with AI by saving a lot of time. So if you want to learn how to grow your social media and your brand and you have the time, yeah, give me a follow and send me a DM and I'll be more than happy to chat with you.
Oh, that's so amazing. Awesome. Congratulations on growing your Instagram account. That's so cool.
Thank you so much. All right, so shall we get started?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. So guys, today I'm going to show you how you can create a digital product, more specifically an ebook, whether this is a free offer or a paid digital product. You can create this inside of Adobe Express, and it's so, so easy. And what I love now is that they've integrated Adobe Firefly, which to be honest is my favorite AI image creation AI tool by far. And they've integrated it inside of Adobe Express, which allows you to create the content so, so easily and fast. And it's really, really fun. So we're going to get started. We're going to create an ebook, and it's actually a product that I've been thinking of creating for my business. It's called the Mindful Productivity Toolkit to help entrepreneurs to be more productive in a more mindful way. So I'm going to be sharing with you some of the snippets of what I've been working on while we create this product. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to generate with AI. They have this new feature, well, not so new anymore, but the generate template, which saves you so much time because instead of spending, I don't know, like 20, 30 minutes looking for a template that you like, you can just literally give the right prompt to generate a template that more or less looks like what you're looking for. Obviously, you need to look for different adaptations. So we're going to start by doing that. So let me just get my prompts that I have ready here. And for the size, we're gonna stay with a poster, which I feel is the most similar size to an ebook because it's like A4. But when you create templates with this AI feature, you can create Instagram content, Facebook posts, flyers, stories, like any type of format. But right now we're gonna keep poster and we're gonna create the first thing we're gonna create is the cover for our ebook. Okay. So we want it to be like a minimalistic style because it's like mindful productivity, obviously. So we don't want it to be cluttered. So we're gonna start by putting in the prompt here, design a clean, modern ebook cover for a digital product called the Mindful Productivity Toolkit. Okay, wait, here. Then the style that we want is minimalist. So remember that with prompt, when you prompt any AI tool, you need to be very specific with the prompts. The more specific that you are, the better results. So we're going to do the same here. So we're going to describe the style, which is minimalist, plenty of white space, calming pastel color palette, elegant font for the title. Oops. Letter, not palette. And we're gonna go to generate. So it's gonna give us a couple of options, and if we like any of the options, we can get started with that. If not, we can generate other variations. But yeah, this helps you save a lot of time instead of having to search for templates, because there's a lot of templates inside of Adobe Express. Okay, I like what I see. Actually, I think I'm already gonna go with this one, but in case you wanted to generate more results, you can just go to generate more results. It's gonna give you more options. So I just want to show you how this could be. And then for each option, you can also generate variations. So I'm going to show you that as well. But okay, so you have the other options here as well. This one is very cluttered. This one, I like this one. This one is cool as well. No, but this is my favorite. If you wanted more variations, just click on see variations, and it's going to show you variations of the same style.
That one's my favorite too.
Yeah, right? It really adheres to the prompt that I gave it. So yeah, as you can see, the better you are with the prompt, like the better the prompt, the better the result. Okay, awesome. Okay, I like this one. So we're gonna go with this one. So we have our cover. I'm not going to design the cover yet. We're going to create the other parts of the ebook. So for the next page, we're going to create an about page and a little bit of information about the product. So this is what I do with my products, like the cover page, and then the next page is an about page with a little bit about myself, why I created this guide. You can add an index as well, and then we're going to create the different chapters and the back cover. Once we do that, we're going to jump into designing things with the image generation tool that I love. So now we're going to add another page here for our about page. Now we go to generative AI. We go to template. We're going to create the next template. The thing here is that when you create another template, it's going to open another project. But I have a trick for this. Once it opens another project, you literally just copy paste that into the blank page that we have on our main project. So problem solved. So now we want an about page. So let's write design a clean, modern ebook template for an and I'd love to hear from the audience right now if they've ever used this template generator with AI, or if this is something new for them, if this is the first time they're seeing it, what they think about it while I type in my prompt.
Yeah, absolutely. Let us know if you've ever used Adobe Express Firefly generate template feature before. I actually haven't gotten around to using it myself yet, but it seems so much faster than browsing the pre-made templates.
Yeah, exactly, because you can be really specific. And I think they added it maybe end of last year, around November. Remember that I saw it for the first time. So it's like not so new anymore, but like recent. Wait, square photo, a headline, a headline, short bio paragraph, paragraph.
It's always hard to type long things when you're on stream.
Yes. And also my screen is really small, so I have to like look really yeah, because I'm like having two screens. It's always so helpful though. So where was I? Short bio, paragraph, and one quote or personal mission statement. And one quote or personal mission statement. Again, use light pastel colors and minimalist style. Let's see what it creates for us. Yeah, this template generator has been a game changer for me. I love it.
It generates
Let's
quite
see.
fast too. Like it really only takes maybe what is that, like 10, 15 seconds? Like that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, it's really, really good. Okay, so I'm not convinced with these. Let's see if we have some other options. If not, I think I'll maybe go with this one. Even though it sometimes it's not gonna like create exactly what you give it, and that's fine. It's AI, it's
Right.
not perfect, but right, it's just giving you like a shortcut, a way of finding these templates faster. And then you do have to go in and like do the work, edit them yourself a
Sure.
little bit, add your photos.
Just like any template too.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Um, I like this actually. I'm definitely gonna make some changes, but I like this. Let's see some variations here. And then we'll continue with the chapters and then I'm gonna go with this one. So as I was
Okay.
telling you, it's opening now a new project when we want it in our original project, but that's fine. We're just gonna copy everything and copy paste everything. I'm sure that they will end up making this simpler where you can just like create a template within your project. But for now, we can work with this. We're creatives, right? We're always finding creative solutions for
Of course.
the problem. So I'm just gonna copy this. I'm gonna paste it in my original project, which is this one. That's fine. And then we want the background as well. Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna leave that for now. I'm obviously gonna make some changes. Now let's create, actually, you know what? So we don't run out of time. I'm gonna just add the pages for the content that's gonna go, the actual content for the ebook. I think it's 4 pages. And I'm gonna leave that for now. Let's start the design. First, I want to bring my brand into this ebook. So I'm just gonna go to click here. And I'm gonna go, my brand's over here. I'm gonna apply my brand. Okay, I want to apply my brand just to this one. Okay, so sometimes when you apply your brand to the project, if this is on, it's gonna apply to everything. And if you've worked on other things, it's gonna change it. So make sure that this is off when you apply brand. I just want to apply brand to this first page. Okay, don't like that. Oh wait, I'm using the wrong brand. Let me just go to the actual brand. It's this one. There we go. This
We
is the
actually
one.
have a question in chat about prompts for you.
Yes.
So Jack is asking, do you find that being really descriptive with you, like very specific and descriptive with your prompts gets you better results than if you were to do like a shorter prompt?
100%. Specifically with the with the text to image generator, you want to be as descriptive as possible because you want to describe, if there's any types of elements or symbols or
Mhm.
the style, if it's like an illustration or is it a diagram, is it a vector style? So you need to be very specific with these prompts for the templates. As you saw, I was very, very specific. Some of the first one, the cover page was amazing. The other one was not so great, but that's fine. But when it comes to image to text, yes, the more specific that you are, the better. And you know what? If sometimes you don't know what prompt to use, you can always go to ChatGPT and be like, hey, this is my idea. Help me create a prompt that's more specific, right? And
Mm.
it can help with that. All right, so we've got this. I like this. Now we're gonna create our image. Obviously, this is not the image that I want. So we're gonna go to generate an image here. We're gonna go to generative AI. We're gonna go to image and we're gonna create the image for our cover page. Okay, so here, oh, what happened? Perfect. So generate image. We're going to choose between square, landscape, portrait, or widescreen. I think that for this one, we're going to create a square that more or less fits there. Let's see it. Yes, more or less. That's it. All right. So we're going to add the prompt here, and I'm going to show you different ways of using this. Okay. You have different content types. So auto, it will choose the type of image that it will generate. Photo, to make it more like a realistic photo. Sometimes if you want to use humans, I actually use this for when I create sales pages for my products. I create actual photos of, actual humans to give it a more realistic style so that my audience can see themselves in these images. Then graphic and art. So I'm going to show you how to use all of these. And then for this first one, let's do a art. And then you can also choose the style over here, whether it's a synthwave, digital art, a palette knife. So I'm going to be showing you all of these, no worries at all. So first we're going to start with the cover. Let's see where I have my prompt for this. Perfect. So design a professional, sorry, my typing is terrible. Professional, modern ebook cover for a digital toolkit called Mindful Productivity Toolkit. Okay, then the style is clean, calming, minimalist with light pastel colors. And then the imagery that we want. See, so for the person who asked, see how specific I'm being with what I want, the style, the imagery that I want to use. We can also describe the typography because the image generator can also create texts. Abstract illustrations of mindful focus, clock symbols, Zen desk setups, and we're going to choose art, and we're going to choose digital art. So again, it's going to give you some options. You can choose any of these options. You can create variations from that specific option or ask for other options. This is really, really nice. I really love it,
Incredible.
actually. Right? It's beautiful. I
That's
really like
amazing
it.
that you can use the generation to essentially create your own stock images for your small business in seconds.
In seconds, right? You don't need stock images anymore. Um, I love it. I really, really love it. I actually think I want to change this blue background I have a beige color that I think would look much better here. Yes. And I actually always like bolder fonts. So my brand font is Poppins, but I like the black for I like this one better. And then here we could put something like by Juan Galán from AI Creator Academy. And let's put it more in towards the center. There. Okay. So this is the first option. I already love the cover, to be honest. Actually, we could do something like this and make this a little bit bigger. And just put it here. There we go. Or there we go. I like it much better now. But I also want to show you if you have any reference image, you could also edit this image that was generated with a reference image. So for this, I want to show you, you can get I mean, maybe you have already brand photos or you have, you've created like a brand board or, but if not, we can just go to Pinterest. So actually, let's go to Pinterest here. And we're going to search for mindful productivity. And let's see what we find. Okay, so I actually like this one and this one. I'm gonna download this one. So you can download it, save images, mindful productivity. Let's just put mindful productivity. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to Adobe. And to edit this photo, you just go to this little icon over here where it says generate. You tap on the photo, you go here, and then it takes you back here. So the only change you need to do right now is you just go to style and you upload the photo we just downloaded. And now we can generate again. So you're gonna see the difference when it uses reference images, which is super cool because if you want to keep your stuff on brand with things that you already have, other designs and so on, this is genius. This one. See, so now it's using the plants because the source image had like plants and the lighting. So I actually like this one better. What do you think, Cody? Do you like this one better
Yeah,
too?
I think that looks awesome, especially if it, if you, like you said, you have an image that goes with your brand, so you want to make sure that you're generating images that also go with your brand. So it just, again, it goes back to being able to create your own stock images that are catered to your branding, which is so cool.
Exactly. So we have finished the cover page, which is beautiful. I really, really like it. I love to hear what people think about this cover page. We created it in like what, less than 10 minutes
Yeah.
now. Awesome. So we're gonna go to the About Me page. So we have it here. We need to do some updates on the size. So for this, I want to use, actually, I am gonna get rid of this. I'm actually going to move this image to the top, but I don't want to use this image. I want to remove this. Oh, damn it. I want to remove this. Okay. And I want to change this for my blue. Yes, I like that. And I was going to go to, we're going to create another image for the top. But first, I want to add a photo of me. So let me just search for my uploads. Oh no, wait, I already have it here. I think it's in media. I know it's in my stuff. Where is it? Projects, libraries. No. Favorites. I had it saved here. What's going on? I know it's files.
Maybe
Oh,
it's under
uploads.
uploads. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there we go. Awesome. So I like this photo for my cover page, but we're gonna remove the background. And again, this is another of my favorite features from Adobe Express, which is included in their free plan, which is not included in Canva's free plan. And
Mm.
it's one of the reasons why I switched because uh everyone needs to remove backgrounds, right? So I'm gonna um put this over here. And yeah, by the way, I used to use Canva in the past, but honestly, it has nothing to do with Adobe Express and their AI features suck. Really, they
Oh,
suck compared
oh no.
compared to Firefly,
Mm.
nothing. So yeah, that's if you guys are using Canva, you should definitely switch to Adobe Express. I actually want to add some effects to this. Um, let's see what we can do to make it stand out a little bit. We're gonna add some white color and we're gonna lower. That's nice. Awesome. Awesome. So we're going to, actually, I'm going to remove this about me like this, but I want to, oh, and I also want to add, this is my font. So we're gonna do Poppins.
I love that your shirt in your brand photo matches your brand colors. That's a nice detail.
Every time I see a shirt that matches my brand colors, I buy it. And it's become part of my brand, to be honest. Like people know me for the shirts, for the shirts guy. So we're gonna create the second page, which is intro and about me. So we're just gonna write it here, intro and about me. A little bit bigger. Make sure that this is opens and then I will create a little title that says welcome to the mindful productivity toolkit. We're going to change this for Poppins, but we're going to make Poppins black because it's a title. And we're going to make this centered over here and make it way much bigger. But I want to add another image. So we're going to generate another image for this like header over here. So I'm wondering if I can remove this. Because if I remove this part over here, it's going to remove everything.
Going back to the topic of Canva, I'm kind of curious. Like you said that you prefer the Firefly tools in Express over Canvas. Was there anything else in particular that like made you want to try Express, even though you were already using Canva?
One of the things that really made me switch, it has nothing to do with AI though, but it's the fact that the templates started to be very repetitive and I started to see
Mm,
so many other people using the same templates and it just became like, when everyone does the same reel over and over again.
right.
So yeah, that when I first tried Adobe Express, I saw that they had like really, really cool templates and that you can change them easily with your brand. So that was one of the other reasons why I started using Adobe Express. And then when they released the AI, the generative AI, I was mind blown. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely staying here.
Yeah.
So let's write another prompt for this second image. So actually, if you go to media, I think it recommends you some stuff based on your file. Yes. So another great thing is that it can read text, right? So it knows that we're talking about productivity, mindful. So it will give you ideas based on your content. So let's see. if we like anything from here, like a personal diary. I like this one actually. No, I like this one better. I personal diary, and I like this one. So I'm gonna put this one over here instead of that red background that I don't like. And we're gonna bring it back. First, we're going to darken it a little bit. So you can darken images by going to effects and just darken. So I use this a lot when I want to create overlay texts to make sure that they're readable. So you can just go here. And it's just, oh, let lock it so it doesn't move. And here. All right. And now we're gonna write the text for the actually this is perfect. Let's unlock it for a second and make this. There we go. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist with these things. Even this tiny thing bothers me.
Oh, yes. I think we can all relate to
There,
that.
there we go. Oh, and this is not here, actually. I'm going to change this because it's not my brand color. Oh, perfect. So now we're going to write the text. So for text, you usually have two options. You can just add your own text, but Adobe usually suggests really cool formats here. So you have headlines that you really choose to create font text that look cooler, especially for ebooks. So let's see if there's anything that we like here. I like this. So let's just make sure that again, it's all. See, one thing that I did wrong already is that I've started editing the fonts and the colors before, because now if I wanted to apply the brand, it would change the background color and the size of these
Mm,
fonts. So thing to do, like first create the design, add the elements, everything, and then the last thing you do is you add your brand, so that you don't have to go back and edit stuff again. So um
good tip. It's easy to forget that because you want to change things right away.
I always forget things. So right now I need to basically do this separately. This one is Poppins. Okay, and we're gonna do Poppins bold. Actually bold over here, and we're gonna make it a little bit smaller. And we're gonna add the text. So I'm gonna say, hi, I am Juan. And make sure that this is readable. Okay, perfect. Hi, I am Juan. Okay, and then these need to be pop-ins as well, but we're gonna use pop-ins regular for these. Okay, and also we're gonna change this to beige, and I'm gonna copy paste the text that I had here. I'm actually gonna make this bigger so that you guys can see. Perfect. I'm actually gonna remove this one and this one and this one and add the rest of the text over here. Perfect. So I think we've got our About Me page. Let's see how it looks. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that looks awesome. I
It's
really
cool,
like the
no?
yeah, the margins around it. It looks nice and minimal, but you still have like you were able to remove your background from your photos, so you have a nice clean background but behind you and everything. I think it looks awesome.
Awesome. Yay. If you guys like it, let me know in the chat. And we'll continue with, now we're going to create the sections for the ebook. So this ebook is going to have four sections. The first section is mastering time and management. The second section is mindfulness integration into daily routines. Third section is stress management tools for high pressure days. And then setting up a productive workspace is the fourth section. You're actually going to learn a lot today as well about mindfulness and productivity. So like double win for you guys.
We could
Okay, for
always learn
the
to be more productive.
always, always. And Adobe Express really helps with that. So I love that. Okay, so actually I'm gonna rename this because we should rename our files. Mindful productivity. I have a problem with typing this word,
I
productivity.
always forget to rename my
Okay.
Express
I,
projects.
I always, and then they have the, like, it just gives them a random file name and it's so
Yeah.
hard to find them afterwards. So another tip here, rename your files. So tip number one, edit first and then add your brand. Tip number two, rename your files. Okay, so we're going to, for this one, let's actually not create a template from with AI, but we're just gonna design it ourselves, okay? So we're going to change the background color for the beige in my brand, which is my favorite for these like blank pages.
Mhm.
And we're going to create an image. So the first section is about mastering time management. So we're going to go back to generative AI, generate image. For this one, I want to create maybe like a widescreen. Okay, because I want to maybe put it here at the top, something like this. And I'm going to bring back that source image that we had because I want to keep everything on brand. And then let's write a prompt for something related to mastering time management. So, um, flat illustration of a professional, actually, let's say a work from home, of a work from home, because that's me, professional. And sometimes if you don't specify work from home and you just say professional, it's going to create like a corporate person, and
Right.
we don't want that. So we want it like to resemble what we do. We work from home. Well, at least I work from home. Professional using a colorful time blocked planner at a minimalist desk, pastel tones, and then modern office vibe. Now we're going to change this from art to photo, just so you guys see the type of photos that it create. And I don't know if this is, no, this is not selected, so we're gonna just unselect it and let's go.
We actually have another question for you in the chat.
Yeah,
Um, Carol is asking, does Juan use any other Adobe apps for your work?
I'm actually also a photographer, so I use Photoshop and Lightroom. So yeah, those are the two that I use the most, and Adobe Express.
Awesome.
Yeah. So as you can see, we have a more realistic image of a person here. I always go for girls because my clients are 90% women. So
Hmm.
I want to speak to them. So I really like this one. I'm just gonna leave it here. Perfect. So this is like our header, and we're gonna create the title. So again, we're gonna go to text, add your text, and this section is called the, Mastering Time, management. Again, we want black. I'd love to hear what people think about this generative AI, if they've also used Firefly before or not. Because you can also use Firefly. It has its own website, but now they also have it inside of Adobe Express, which is really, really helpful. But yeah, but I'd love to hear that from the audience if they've used this before or if it is the first time they see it.
Yeah, I personally haven't used Firefly much in Adobe Express, but I have used the separate website to kind of help me visualize like inspiration for when writing a book. It kind of like
Oh,
helps me visualize scenes and stuff.
that's really, really good. Love that. And have you used their video one? I haven't
I
used it
haven't
yet.
yet. I should. Yeah.
I really want to try it as well. It must be really good as well. Okay, where's my darken? I want to darken this as always. Maybe it's in tones. Oh yeah, there we go. Darken. And we're gonna change this to this color so it's easier to read. So we have this section over here. And now again, we're going to create the content for mastering time management. So let's see what texts do we have here that we can use. Uh, Maybe I'll choose this one. Perfect. Let's just change it to first. Okay, so a little title that I have here. Mastering time management, work smarter, not harder. Bring this down a little bit. Make this smaller. There we go. And make this longer. Okay, and now let's change the font to Poppins. And let's change this. Actually, there we go. So that's our title. And now we're going to start writing the actual text. I'm actually going to remove this over here. I'm going to remove this over here. And bring this up. So true productivity begins with mastering your time, not letting time master you. Here are the simple steps, 3 simple strategies that you can control.
What are the simple steps, Juan? We have to know.
So Pomodoro technique, has anyone used Pomodoro technique
Oh,
or not?
yes. Love Pomodoro.
Yeah. Do you do 25-5 or 50-10?
25-5.
25. I feel like I don't rest enough in 5 minutes, so I do 50-10.
Uh-huh.
I do 50-10. But yeah, you can choose different. So it's basically, tracking your working time in 25 in sets of 25 minutes and then resting 5 minutes or 15 minutes of work and 10 minutes of rest. And we're gonna make the font. I think this is a bit small. I'll make this a little bit bigger so that you guys can see it. Because it's probably looking really small. So and then we're gonna do actually I'm gonna bring this down here because I do have an activity that I want to add at the end. And this is perfect for the activity. I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to remove this one. And the 3 techniques. So Pomodoro technique, time blocking, obviously, and Eisenhower matrix, which helps you prioritize tasks based on urgency and importance. So you just give them usually you will label them with a number, and it'll help you prioritize. So Perfect. So we have these here. And I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger so that people can see. We're gonna make these into bullet points. Remove these bullet points here. Go, and we're gonna just make sure to bold this one, bold this one, bold this one. Awesome. I actually think that we can do something more fun for these bullet points. So let's look at what elements do they have. I love the elements that they offer you here.
Mm-hmm.
They're really, really fun. Again, they will suggest assets based on what you're working on. So let's go to icons. So ideas based on your file. Let's see what they offer here. So productivity, management, work. This is also AI, by the way.
That's
In
so
case you didn't
interesting.
know. Yeah,
Wow,
it's
yeah.
also
I didn't know that that was a feature. That's really cool.
yeah, and it's also AI. It analyzes the text, and then based on that, it gives you recommendations. Like we're always using AI, we just don't know it.
These days, yeah.
So, oh, what happened here? So I actually want to add something more fun here. Where are my elements? Where did they go? Here. What if we use a clock instead? Let's see the clocks that they recommend here. I like this one. I'm just gonna bring this one here and oops. Let's see how it looks. Sometimes you want to experiment with things, but it end up ends up looking really really bad. So let's
Hey, that's
see.
why we experiment, you know? You'll never know what it looks like if you're not willing to just try it out.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what creatives like us do. So maybe bringing it a little bit, making it a little bit smaller and bringing it here. Not bad, right? I'm gonna just
Yeah.
perfect. Let's do it for the next one over here. There we go. And there we have, details like this make the difference for
Hmm.
the person who's reading your guide, especially if it's a paid product. There we go. I like it.
Great.
Okay, so we've got our three techniques, and now I'm going to add a quick exercise. But I think for this exercise, I want to add another image here. So again, if you go to images, oh, we already saw that they recommend you images based on what you're working on. So let's go to, actually, we can do this here. We can just copy, paste this image. And then if you go here and you go here, you already have the prompt and the style. So we can change let's do a graphic now. And let's do digital art. And see what it gives us. Ah, that's very nice. I really like this
Cool.
one, right? It's really cool. So I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller over here. And just put it over here. And maybe for the exercise, it is already darkened. Yes. For this exercise, actually we can do this over here. We want to leave our margins always. Let's see how it looks. Maybe I'm gonna hate it when I finish doing it, but let's experiment.
I just
And
wanted to let you know that we have about 6-ish minutes left. So if there's
Okay.
anything specific that you want to show in the last couple of minutes, feel free.
Well, I wanted to design the whole ebook, which is in page
The
number
hour goes by
3.
fast. It goes by fast.
Really fast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I said I was practicing this, and I actually when I practiced, I did more in 1 hour. But again, yeah, we've been having some nice conversations. Have been
Mhm.
asking questions. So yeah, it is what it is, right? But at least I know people are getting the general idea of how can they use Firefly inside Adobe Express to create an ebook, whether it's free or paid. I got grown in my business using digital products, so that's why I'm so passionate about this. So here we want to add quick exercise. Actually, maybe we can show people before we finished how to create fonts, AI fonts, text effects. So generate text effect. Oh, what happened here? I didn't see where to add the prompt. Oh, here. So describe the text features. So generate a text effect that simulate the let's uh ticking clock. Okay, I'm just really making this up. I don't know if it's going to be good or not. The prompt is definitely not my best example. But we can do pencil sketch and uh and see what it does. Oh, not bad. So we can actually remove this here.
I'm curious also in terms of generating your background images that you use for your projects, how often do you use AI generation compared to traditional Adobe stock these days? Do you just use AI mostly nowadays, or how does that go for you?
Just AI these days. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just it gives you so much more creative freedom, and you don't have to rely on stocks. You can be very specific with the images. Like these two images that we created are beautiful. Like the first one, this one is beautiful. Like it's really, really
Right.
beautiful. Right?
Yeah.
It seems like it was designed by a professional designer, but we created it in 5 minutes. Same with this. So yeah, I haven't been using the stocks anymore. So quick exercise. I know we're running out of time, so
Yeah,
so
you got a
sad.
couple minutes left before we got to do our outro.
I don't know if this can be is readable or not. Maybe it was not a good idea. But I wanted to show people that they can also generate texts with AI if they want
Yeah.
something more fun. And then our quick exercise is this one over here. This is we want Poppins regular. Oh, this is not centered. There we go. By the way, you can also center your images if you go to position. So, well, now it's centered, but if it wasn't, you can just move it here, here, or here in
Mm.
case you didn't know. Um, I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger and white or beige. And basically, I would continue doing the same with the next sections of the ebook. I would obviously try to do some variations in terms of design. Maybe instead of using the cover image here or like the main image here, I would maybe use it on the side. So I always try to vary from page to page so that it doesn't look the same. But I will usually maybe duplicate this and use it in like the fifth or the sixth one so that I don't have to be creating new ones all the time. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. We have a few more minutes left, right?
It is about time for our outro now.
Okay.
So you kind of
Okay.
finished right on time. I think that's a great stopping
Yeah.
point right there.
Yeah. I hate this text how it looks though. Now my OCD is like fix it, change it. But
It's okay. We can just ignore it. It's fine. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. And Juan, it was so lovely to have you on stream. I think your project turned out awesome. It was so great to be able to see how you use AI generation to create stock images for your business. And I loved hearing a little bit about just like your journey coming from Canva to Express. That was really interesting. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Don't forget to follow Juan on Instagram if you'd like some productivity tips and tricks and everything like that. And stick around for our next stream coming up next. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thank you guys. Bye bye.